Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Investigators are hoping to learn more about what might have led Stephen Paddock to go into a shooting rampage from his girlfriend, who is now back in the United States. Today, President Trump will arrive in Las Vegas, and we're now getting a glimpse of the suspected gunman's arsenal. ABC's Danya Backus has the latest from Las Vegas.
Stephen Paddock's girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley, is now back in the United States, met by federal agents when she arrived in Los Angeles from the Philippines. Now key to the investigation, her sisters say she was not involved.
He sent her away so that he can plan what he's planning without interruptions.
Investigators now giving us a glimpse inside gunman Stephen Paddock's sniper den. The arsenal including shotguns, pistols, and assault rifles. This magazine clip able to hold up to 100 rounds. Under a plate on this room service cart, a surveillance camera, another one set up inside his room.
So that the suspect could watch as law enforcement or security approached his room.
Hey, they're shooting right at us, guys. Everybody stay down. Stay down.
Newly released body camera video shows officers rushing people to safety. The barrage of bullets lasting up to 11 minutes. Wednesday, more faces and names of those 58 innocent lives lost in the massacre revealed, as the more than 530 injured continue to recover.
Seems surreal. It seems so bad nightmare to wake up from.
President Trump traveling to Las Vegas today, meeting with survivors, their families, and first responders. Investigators are hoping Danley will provide some insight into a motive behind the shooting and whether she had any warning. Danya Backus, ABC News, Las Vegas.
The mayor of Punta Gorda was at the concert in Las Vegas when the shooting took place. Rachel Kiesling and her husband were celebrating her birthday. She talked about the chaos as it unfolded.
I looked over where we had been standing, and there was a guy face down on the ground, and he had like red, it looked like red jello coming out of his head, and I knew he was fatally injured, and there was a girl with him, and I just looked at the two of them and I said, this is real, you know, and that's when we just decided to make a run for it.
Kiesling and her husband wound up in a separate hotel where strangers offered them a place to stay. They escaped with only a few minor scrapes. There has been a nationwide outreach to help victims and families of the Las Vegas shooting. There's a GoFundMe page set up by the chair of the Clark County Commission that has collected now more than $3 million. That was as of yesterday. Officials in Las Vegas say there has been an overwhelming turnout for blood donations. Some donors waiting in line for more than 6 hours, and no more blood is needed right now. Those looking for information about loved ones still missing in the Las Vegas area can call toll-free 1-800-536-9488. Here at home, neighbors say an argument between a Nokomis man and his wife turned violent, ending in a murder-suicide that left 3 people dead. When sheriff's deputies arrived at the house on Kenwood Avenue in Nokomis, they found Anthony Isrig, his wife Susan Rutigliano Garcia, and her son Matthew Beagle dead inside from apparent gunshot wounds. The woman's daughter was nearby with life-threatening gunshot injuries. Witnesses recall watching Isrig exit the house with a shotgun in hand and at one point driving a car towards a neighbor who was trying to help.
We just put it in drive and floored it. We started weaving, boom, just missed our car and hit that car and just got out and just walked in the house. Saw him come out of the door with the shotgun or rifle or something, and I just took off running.
Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says the 17-year-old daughter is expected to make a full recovery. Another male victim was treated for minor injuries. Give a check now on our weather. John Scalzi is off. Wendy Ross is with us, and we have something brewing in the tropics.
Oh, my goodness,
Again.
it happened. It happened. We now have tropical depression number 16, and so this system now at 35-mile-per-hour winds. We've been talking about it now for the past couple of days, and you can see where it is outlined on your screen. This is the area that we've been watching. Air Force reconnaissance planes went in earlier today, and so what we're looking at right now is that we've got the showers and the thunderstorms that are going to be associated with this system as it starts to move up into the Gulf of Mexico. And we've got more information on this coming up a little bit later on. It will be affecting our weather over the weekend. But right now, we have beautiful sunny conditions outside. We just have a lot of wind. And because of all the sunshine, we're going to see our temperatures right back up to around 88, 89 degrees later on this afternoon. Look at the winds out of the east-northeast at 17 miles per hour. And once again, we have nothing but sunshine out there. So it's a beautiful day. We have a 20% chance of rains later on this afternoon as our temperatures climb up into the 80s. There are some showers along the east coast right now. They're making their way over to the west coast. Very similar patterns that developed yesterday are taking place today, but these showers are having a tough time holding together as they make their way over to the west coast because they're running into some drier air here. So when we do get the showers coming on through, they're going to be widely scattered, and we're going to only see a 20% chance of rain, as I mentioned, but these showers will come on through a little bit later on this afternoon along with those high winds. And of course, we'll have more information on our tropical depression number 18, which just formed.
Okay, Wendy, thank you. Special election will take place in March on extending Sarasota County's school tax. While the school board voted unanimously to approve the referendum, there was disagreement over how long the special tax would last. Ultimately, the board voting for a 4-year span. The property tax raises millions of dollars for the school district, helping it maintain its status as one of the best in the state of Florida. After months of debate, Manatee County commissioners approved the Aqua by the Bay project. The development between El Conquistador Parkway and Sarasota Bay would include more than 2,300 multifamily and 500 single-family homes. The proposal includes 16 buildings up to 95 feet high, but preserves the bayfront and mangroves on that property.
We have revised the wetland impacts from 13.29 acres to 7.93 acres.
Some opponents of the project remain concerned about its impact on growth in that area of the county. An alert for those living in Bradenton, the city issuing a boil water notice for residents after the area experienced a loss of water pressure due to a power failure. So just as a precaution, all water used for drinking, cooking, making ice, brushing your teeth, or even washing dishes should be boiled. This precautionary boil water notice will remain in effect until tomorrow afternoon. Still to come in your Suncoast News, one thing you can do to make sure your flu shots are more effective. And Culinary Director Judy Gallagher will be in the kitchen today. Hi, Judy. What are you cooking?
Well, believe it or not, it is fall cooking and I'm getting ready early for the holidays. One thing you're going to see trending in restaurant menus all over the place is Brussels sprout Caesar salad. Goodbye kale this year. So I'm going to get you started for a plentiful salad and my first pick of the great holiday dessert.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Consumer Expo is coming to the Venice Community Center October 6th and 7th from 9 to 3. There'll be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy the great food court and see new boats and cars in the outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber Consumer Expo, sponsored in part by ABC7.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Well, we have some beautiful conditions taking place around our area. Lots and lots of sunshine out there right now. Some high, thin clouds off in the distance, but we are not seeing any rain yet. Those rain showers are on the horizon, though, and they're going to be coming at us from the east. We're going to be seeing them developing a little bit later on today. Just a 20% chance, but as you're looking out onto the Gulf, it looks very nice. But the Caribbean is a totally different story, and this is where our area of interest is right here. Tropical depression number 18 is sitting right here, and this is the system we have been talking about for the past couple of days. It's moving towards the northwest, and you can see it very lively here, and it is going to be skirting across Nicaragua as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico over the next couple of days. We'll continue to watch this system as it progresses. And right now, it's 35-mile-per-hour winds moving towards the northwest at 7 miles per hour. It is expected to become a tropical storm, at which point it will become Tropical Storm Nate over the next couple of days. This is a watch and see what is going to happen. It is too early to tell whether it will be affecting the Sun Coast by coming up along our side, or if it's going to be moving into the Panhandle or the central Gulf of Mexico right now. So this is a wait and see situation. In the meantime, we do have showers along the east coast. We have another low pressure system off the coast of Miami, and that's going to help to bring about rain showers too. So over the next several days, we are going to see plenty of showers, but today is going to be a beautiful day, and we've got lots and lots of sunshine in the forecast right now with nothing to show you on our maps. The future is showing that we will be getting some of these showers coming across later on today. Very widely scattered, mostly light to moderate rains are expected in the forecast, and we are going to be seeing those showers coming on through sometime after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock today. So we've got 22-mile-per-hour winds on Anna Maria. As you can see, Siesta Key reporting 20-mile-per-hour winds right now. And then as we get on land, we're seeing anywhere from 18 to 20, with gusts up to 30 is what is expected for later on today. And as we head on down the coastline, we're looking at pretty much the same thing. Minnesota at 22 miles per hour, 21-mile-per-hour winds in Rotunda, and Port Charlotte reporting 20-mile-per-hour winds. So it's blustery out there. The only good thing is that it's very pretty out there with all the sunshine that we are seeing right now. And because of the sunshine, those temperatures are moving up. 86 degrees for us right now. The humidity has dropped a little bit down to 59%. The winds are coming in out of the east-northeast at the airport at 17 miles per hour. And if you are heading off to the beach today, the winds are going to be coming in out of the northeast at 20 knots. There is a small craft advisory in effect through tomorrow, and seas will range 3 to 5 feet. It will be choppy out on the bay and inland waters. And if you go to the beach, it's going to be slightly cooler than if you're east. 86 degrees is the expected high. Temperature in the Gulf is 83 degrees, so things are cooling off there as well. Over the next several days, this is what we can expect to see. Temperatures will stay right around that 90-degree mark. Look at the rain chances, though, from today to tomorrow. They jump to 50 to 60% just in time for the weekend. Scott?
All right, Wendy, thank you. As the song says, don't worry, be happy. And according to a new study, that's not just good advice for your state of mind, but your physical health as well. According to a small study out of the UK, a positive attitude may also boost the effectiveness of your flu shot. Researchers examined data from more than 100 people ages 65 through 85 that all got a dose of the 2014 flu vaccine. And they found participants who reported a more positive mood also had higher levels of antibodies in their blood. The Mayo Clinic says optimism not only helps you manage stress, it plays a role in cardiovascular health and even makes you more resistant to the common cold. A Vietnamese woman who applied for a visa 3 times to come to the United States to save her sister has finally been granted access. Not only was her sister fighting cancer, they were fighting against the U.S. government. And after her story went viral, thanks to ABC's David Ono sharing her story, she was granted emergency admission in the form of a humanitarian parole only 12 days later.
We're very thankful for everybody that really helped us with this, because I really wouldn't think that it would have happened without you guys.
The family hopes their story will pave the way for others in the same situation. Doctors say it will take about 2 weeks preparation for the bone marrow transplant. The Nobel Prize in Chemistry has been awarded to 3 scientists for their pioneering work developing new methods to see biomolecules such as those in the Zika virus. They created a technique that allows scientists to freeze biomolecules and visualize processes in 3-dimensional images that were never previously seen. The technique means that viruses and bacteria such as the Zika virus can be examined under a microscope in their native state. The Nobel Committee says this development is decisive for both the basic understanding of life's chemistry and the development of drugs. Back to the kitchen now and check in with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher.
Well, I'm really excited because I love Caesar salad and I love Brussels sprouts. And like I said earlier, you're going to start seeing a Brussels sprout Caesar salad hit menus everywhere. And you can make it so simple at home. I went to the fresh market and picked up some simple ingredients, including the fresh Brussels sprouts. Let's start with that. I picked the smaller size for a salad, the larger size if I'm just going to cut them in half and roast them. But basically what you're going to do is you're just going to cut the base off, that little tip that's brown on the baby cabbages, and put them in your food processor. And that will give them that shade, and you can use a mandolin as well. But it's going to give you the texture of almost like a coleslaw. Now, what I love, and I always keep a few of these in my freezer, same spot, only they've moved it. It's near where the muffins are in the refrigerator case. You can get chopped, diced prosciutto or pancetta. Either one is going to work. So we're going to toast up some croutons and bring that back to you and then whip up a great dressing. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and 3-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now, and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
The pledge found he may have been forced to consume alcohol in excess during a drinking game. ABC's Mark Armstrong has more on what else was found during the search warrant of the fraternity's house.
According to search warrants released today, 18-year-old Max Groover and his fellow pledges were told to meet at their fraternity house for Bible study the night before Groover died. According to police, senior Phi Delta members then quizzed the pledges about the fraternity and made the freshmen drink hard liquor if they answered wrong. Today, LSU students in disbelief by the accusations.
I didn't really think that kind of stuff went on, but obviously it does.
You want to do about Bible study, drink some water or something like, why does it have to be alcohol?
The pledges were all gathered together on the second floor when Groover was left on a couch after becoming too intoxicated. It was hours later before his fraternity brothers noticed Groover had seemed to stop breathing. They rushed him to the hospital where he later died.
No one wants to report it. No one wants to be that person.
I kind of have a little sketchy vibe about the Greek fraternities now. It's kind of been a little cautious of them because of drinking stuff like that, but I guess this kind of confirms that, if anything.
A search of the fraternity uncovered several items, including hard liquor, video cameras, and cleaning supplies. Investigators say they've also learned that someone sent several text messages about Groover's drunken condition.
That's Mark Armstrong reporting. According to the East Baton Rouge District Attorney, hazing is a potential charge among others, but also said he doubts any arrest will be made until all evidence has been investigated, including Groover's toxicology reports, which are expected to be released sometime next week. All right, back to the kitchen again. Check in with Chef Judy.
So a great cheat if you want to make homemade croutons, you're in a little bit of a hurry. I picked up some garlic bread already ready to go at the Fresh Market, right in the bread section. I've rendered down my pancetta, or like I said, you can use the diced prosciutto, and you see that I have a good amount of fat content. Fantastic, because I have these buttery, garlicky croutons that I'm going to go ahead and make. Similar to the traditional Caesar salad, I often do this. Even if it's something like a green bean casserole or something like that, not the kind with the canned green beans or the canned mushroom soup, but this makes for a great dish. So if you're just thinking of doing steamer sauteed green beans, I have them right here. Some of these croutons, pancetta, and goat cheese, that's a whole nother salad for the holidays, which is going to be great. So let's let these start to toss around a little bit. I do want to give them a little salt and pepper. They clearly have some parsley and oregano, and of course that great garlic on it, right? So we finished doing our Brussels sprouts. So they're shaved very similar to like a slaw, like I said. Now let's talk about the dressing. We're going to use 2 whole eggs, and a lot of people that are concerned about using raw egg in the consumption of Caesar salad, as long as you know they're fresh, I always use fresh from the farm brown eggs, that's going to work out really well. About 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, and I do about 3 cloves of garlic. I like it really garlicky. Now there's several different ways you can talk about anchovies, so there's an anchovy paste. It comes in a tube, and you can usually find this over where the tuna fish, the other canned fish is, and then there's the more traditional that you have of the anchovies. So in a Caesar salad with romaine, I would traditionally make this dressing right in the bowl. But I'm going to make it in the food processor. I wiped out what we had from the Brussels sprouts. And so I have about a half a jar, so that's about 2 big tablespoons of anchovies in the oil. And then we're going to do some salt and pepper. And we're going to blend that up to a paste. We'll do that when we're off camera. And then when we come back, we'll add white balsamic vinegar and some grapeseed oil and some Parmesan cheese and bring it all together. I'm coming back, and I have a sneak peek at fall desserts.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make 1 monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Consumer Expo is coming to the Venice Community Center October 6th and 7th from 9 to 3. There'll be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy the great food court and see new boats and cars in the outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber Consumer Expo, sponsored in part by ABC7.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
In Las Vegas, as the investigation deepens into the deadliest shooting in U.S. history, we're learning more about the victims and hearing from the survivors. So many of them still in the hospital still. 58 people were killed, more than 500 others were hurt. ABC's Elizabeth Herr shares some of their stories.
A nation in mourning, paying tribute as family and friends begin sharing stories honoring their loved ones lost in the Las Vegas massacre.
I'll never see my baby girl again. I loved her so much.
Among the dead, Rhonda LaRoque in Las Vegas on a family vacation. Christopher Roybal, an off-duty police officer and Navy veteran.
He was a goofball. I mean, he's just fun-loving, full of energy.
Hannah Allers, a mother of 3, and Sonny Melton at the concert with his wife Heather, who says she could feel the moment he was shot.
And we fell to the ground, and I was talking to him, and he was still breathing at that time, but then he stopped.
Also emerging, the harrowing stories of survival.
We could hear the bullets like whizzing and snapping by on the ground.
People were trampling over each other, and it was pretty much a war zone.
So many still in pain, but grateful to the strangers and the first responders who risked their lives to save others. McKenna Perry saying she is alive thanks to her boyfriend and Good Samaritans.
My boyfriend had started to help me, like he kind of carried me a little bit of the way, and then there was this couple that had helped us and got us into his truck.
That's Elizabeth Herr reporting. Every day, concertgoers turn into heroes Sunday night in a matter of seconds, jumping in to save their family, friends, and even strangers. Before the official first responders arrived, EMTs, police, firefighters arrived on the scene there in Las Vegas. The lives of many caught in the shooting were potentially saved by first responses of friends and family immediately near them. Some jumped in and helped complete strangers.
And I was bleeding all over it, and he took my belt and tied off my leg and kept me from bleeding out. I would have died.
She would have got hit in the back, but I put my arm over and got shot in the arm. I'm glad I did.
Other survivors said they saw a lot of people who didn't know each other just grab each other and go to try to get out of there. Well, now to Puerto Rico. President Trump still getting criticism about the way he's dealing with the Puerto Rico crisis. even after spending the day yesterday touring damage on the island and meeting with FEMA and local officials. He also helped distribute supplies to victims, at one point picking up paper towels and throwing them into the crowd as if shooting a basketball. The president also met with the governor of Puerto Rico and thanked him.
If you look at a real catastrophe like Katrina, and you look at the tremendous hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that died, what is your death count as of this moment? 17?
16 certified.
16 people certified. 16 people versus in the thousands. You can be very proud.
The San Juan's mayor says President Trump is hurting Puerto Ricans with some of his comments and wishes he would stop. Carmen Yulín Cruz told CNN a briefing with the president was productive, but the tone of his remarks was not helpful.
Rather than commander-in-chief, he sort of becomes miscommunicator-in-chief.
The president's trip to Puerto Rico comes nearly 2 weeks after the storm knocked out power to the entire island. 2 weeks later, the hurricane, 93% of the island remains in the dark. Many residents are still struggling to get access to food, clean water, and fuel. Many homes here on the Suncoast still have hurricane shutters covering windows. City of Northport sending out a tweet this week urging those residents to take down their shutters, adding that hurricane shutters can be dangerous during other emergencies because it limits your ability to escape your home, such as during a fire. Panels are meant to be put up a day or two prior to the storm and then removed immediately after. In an impressive display of teamwork, 5 horses stranded in floodwaters from Hurricane Irma were successfully rescued. Standing in water up to 6 feet deep, the horses were taken to higher ground, given medications to ward off infections, and then taken to University of Florida veterinary hospitals. They are doing well. Let's get another check on our forecast with Wendy Ross, who's in for John, and we're of course talking tropics. We still have some windy weather here on the Suncoast. A lot going on.
My goodness, there's so much going on. And you know, we're kind of caught in between two systems too. That's pretty much what we're experiencing right now.
Yeah.
High pressure to the north, we've got a low pressure off the coast, and so that's why all the winds are out there. But what we also have is tropical depression number 16 out there in the Caribbean. And take a look. This is where we've been talking and discussing over the last couple of days. We've been talking about that system, and then you can see all of the wet weather off the southeastern coastline. That's going to help to bring about some rain showers this weekend. And now we've got a system that could very possibly become a tropical storm later on today, at which case we'll be talking about Nate. And then if it does become a tropical storm moving into the Gulf of Mexico, the likelihood is will become a hurricane. So it's definitely something that we're going to be watching. And right now we're looking at our weather conditions, which are really, other than the wind, pretty uneventful. We've got lots and lots of sunshine out there, temperature highs in the mid to upper 80s today, and so already people are experiencing those warmer readings at 86 degrees. Humidity is a little more moderate at 59%, but those winds, they've been strong all day, coming in out of the east-northeast at 17 miles per hour. And today's forecast is calling for a 20% chance of showers a little bit later on today, with a temperature high of 89. The rains have been coming in from the east coast. You can see them a little bit more numerous down to the south. Everything moving in our direction, but so far most of the showers that have been moving across the central part of the state sort of come apart once they move into our area. So we're not looking at a whole lot of rain opportunity, but when it does come, it will be later on today. Widely scattered showers and only a 20% chance. Scott?
All right, Wendy, thank you. A woman accused in a South Florida murder has arrived at the Palm Beach County Jail. Sheila Keene Warren faces charges for the murder of Marlene Warren, who was shot in the face when she answered the door back in 1990 by a person dressed in a clown costume and delivering balloons and a bouquet of flowers. Well, the case went cold for 27 years, and detectives were able to arrest Keene for the crime after linking DNA evidence when the case was reopened in 2014. She was arrested last week at her home in Virginia and made her first appearance in court this morning. A Florida teen is sentenced to 50 years in prison for killing a man over a baggie of marijuana. The Panama City News-Herald reports the now 18-year-old was sentenced Monday after pleading no contest to second-degree murder. Authorities say the teen shot 20-year-old Owen Frazier during a drug robbery in January. The teen's 2 accomplices received sentences of 10 and 12 years after agreeing to testify against him. A 5-year-old boy accidentally shot and killed himself near Orlando yesterday. That boy apparently found a relative's gun inside a car and then pulled the trigger. He was found inside the car, taken to the nearest hospital where he was declared dead. Investigators say the wound appeared to be self-inflicted. The state attorney will now review the case further. One of Florida's oldest inmates is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to halt his execution, which is scheduled for tomorrow. Michael Lambrix has been on death row now for 34 years. He was convicted of killing 2 people outside his home. He argued the execution should be halted after Florida's death penalty sentencing method was found to be unconstitutional. The state has since required a unanimous jury vote in death cases, and in Lambrix's case, the jury was not unanimous when sentencing him to death. The Florida Supreme Court has said the new rules do not apply to cases as old as his. 12 people in South Florida are accused of illegally trading food stamps for cash, the scam defrauding the government out of more than $20 million. Federal prosecutors say the fraud happened by swiping food stamp recipients' debit cards at the stores to make it look like they bought food. Instead, the fraudsters gave the cardholder cash and then claimed full reimbursement by making it appear food was bought. The program, formerly known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, provides food benefits to low-income people via debit cards. The International African American Museum is only about $9 million now away from its goal after receiving a recent $10 million donation. The total cost for the South Carolina Museum is $75 million, but museum officials say they can already see the finish line at the place where many consider is a sacred site.
Was the spot where 40%, the single largest number of enslaved Africans who came to America, took their first steps, including my great-great-great-great-grandmother.
The museum will connect visitors to their ancestors, demonstrating how enslaved Africans and free blacks shaped economic, political, and cultural development in the nation and beyond. Groundbreaking is scheduled for early next year, with doors expected to open by the spring of 2020. Racial tensions among groups like Black Lives Matter with police officers around the country may have made this year's annual Coffee with a Cop event all the more meaningful. Sarasota Police Department's top staff, as well as rank-and-file officers, mingling with city residents at the Serving Spoon on Osprey Avenue. SPD, one of about 2,000 departments holding these kind of events nationwide. We talked to both a concerned citizen and the police chief about the importance of this morning's gathering.
There's a stigma that people are afraid to talk to police officers, and they shouldn't be. So here, sharing a cup of coffee with them and being able to talk to them about everything that's going on, it just opens up, it breaks that ice, and it helps everybody get along and know that we're all here together.
This is the purpose of why police officers do their jobs and are willing to risk their lives every day to come out and see citizens who support law enforcement officers. It helps us to stay focused and know that there are people that really care about us, and that's what drives us to continue to keep our community safe.
A similar event was canceled this morning by police in Bradenton due to the ongoing boil water advisory that we told you about earlier in the newscast. And last night it was National Night Out here on the Suncoast. Police departments in Sarasota, Northport, and Holmes Beach, among many others, brought the community together in a fun way, from face painting to demonstrations and everything in between. National Night Out had something for everyone. Police say the most important part of the event is the interaction law enforcement shares with residents.
It helps us build relationships and actually have a good time with the people in our community while sharing crime prevention tips.
I think it's very important for kids to have positive interactions with police officers so that they bond together and really trust one another, and it just builds up the community.
Kids, parents, and police all say they're already looking forward to next year's National Night Out. And this is National Walk to School Day. Schools across the area participating. More than 5,000 events across the country are bringing together tens of thousands of people to celebrate the benefits and fun of walking to school and creating some healthy habits. All right, time to get back to the kitchen and check in again to see what's going on with ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Judy?
Okay, Scott, I'm ready. So we've slivered down the Brussels sprouts. Now, to put a little twist in it, which I like to do, the fennel looked really nice the other day, nice small bulbs. So I have some sliced fennel. That'll give you that little anise taste, almost like a licorice bite that balances a little bit of the bitterness of the cabbage of the Brussels sprout and gives it more texture. Now to that, and that's just raw, you can omit if you want to. I just like to add that extra. We have the pancetta that's already cooked up, diced. It's still a little bit warm, so again, that's going to be a nice flavor, and it's going to really adhere to the Brussels sprouts and the fennel. Here's where you can go out of the box. If you don't want to use the traditional garlic bread croutons that I made that I'm going to add, and I'm going to mostly add them after the dressing, a few before, try sliced apple is going to be really nice in there. Give it like a Honeycrisp apple. I would keep the skin on, and slivered almonds are always nice, whether you want to toast them up a little bit or just leave it. Now here's our dressing that we actually made in the food processor. And just to give it that extra garlic, before I put the ground up Brussels sprouts in the bowl, I rub the bowl itself, which this is Caesar salad bowl, was made for me as a gift from a wood maker in Vermont, and I love it. So if you have a culinary gift to get, that's what I look for. It's one of those great artisan makers. So we're going to toss in the dressing and just get a feel for how much we want in it. Probably not all of it, but I would say 3/4 of it, okay? And then you can just put that in the refrigerator, and that's gonna last a good 4 days. Then let's go ahead and add some grated Parmesan cheese. Oh, yum. So you see where I'm going on this? I would do the fennel, I would do the apple, I would do the almonds, I would do everything in this, including the pancetta. The apples and almonds, though, do give you a balance if you're making a vegetarian dish, so you don't want to have the pancetta in. Now, I promised you, it's October, I start picking my favorite things for the fall flavors. This week, I found it over at the Fresh Market when I picked up my ingredients, is their new pumpkin layer cake. While I had it in my basket, people were coming up to me and saying, is that a carrot cake? And I said, no, pumpkin cake, and they were running back to the bakery. So that's my pick this week for something that's going to be real fall-like. And with a rainy forecast, I think you should get one now instead of waiting till Thanksgiving. I'll be back in just a few moments to tell you where you can find the recipe and so much more. So stay with us. We're coming right back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Well, we had to take you outside so you could see how beautiful it is out there with lots and lots of sunshine around. It's kind of blustery, though. We're seeing our cameras shaking just a little bit because of all the high winds. But it's going to be a while before we see a lot of sunshine again, so we thought we'd leave you with this so you could see how nice it is out there right now. In fact, on the water, we actually have small craft advisories because the winds are so strong, and we are looking at just the smallest chance of rain for later on today. But all that is about to change. change. And we've got some activity in the tropics now that have now become a little bit more formidable, and this is what we're looking at this hour. This is the area of concern right here. We've been talking about this area now for the past couple of days, and now today it became a tropical depression, so we're going to be watching as it skirts across Nicaragua and then moves into the Gulf of Mexico. Tropical storm watches and warnings are in effect right here along the coastline as this system will be slicing across it. Here's another picture of it. You can see the satellite picture and notice all this counterclockwise swirling, and that's what's taking place. And then we're going to see this system moving across and into the Gulf of Mexico eventually. So what we've got right now is tropical depression number 16 with winds at 35 miles per hour moving towards the northwest at 7 miles per hour. It is expected to become a tropical storm later on today or possibly tonight, and by the time it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, we are expecting that this system will become a hurricane, and so it's definitely something that we're going to watch. Here's the track that we're looking at. It's going to be moving into the Gulf probably over the next couple of days, and as it moves in, right now the thinking is that it's going to make a curve and possibly come over the Florida Panhandle, but it is too early to tell you what it's going to be doing, and so this is a system that we need to pay attention to because all of the worst weather is going to be on the east side of the center, which would definitely affect us along the west coast if it comes closer to us. So that's something we need to be paying attention to, and we will know more information as the days go on. In the meantime, we've got all of this rain that's developing along the east coast of Florida. We've got a low pressure area just off the coast of Miami. That's helping to bring about a lot of rain across the southern part of the state. We've been dry for the most part today, so we're going to see a 20% chance of rain later on this afternoon. The showers are going to be widely scattered. They're going to be moving from the east to the west, and they're going to be moving through very quickly because of all these strong winds. So we're looking at winds that are anywhere from 19 to 23 miles per hour, and this is all along our areas in Manatee and Sarasota County. We move into Charlotte County and we're seeing the same thing. So all of our viewing area is being impacted right now with wind gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. Currently it's 86 degrees, lots of sunshine helping to bring those temperatures up. The humidity has moderated to 59%. Winds are coming in out of the east-northeast and they are strong. And if you're heading off to the beaches today, small craft advisories are in effect. Winds out of the northeast at 20 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, and that small craft advisory stays in effect all the way through tomorrow. So the temperature is 86 degrees at the Gulf, at the beach. It's going to be cloudy tomorrow. Big change with a 60% chance of showers. Temperatures will be back up into the upper 80s for tomorrow, and this is what it looks like for the rest of this week. We have nothing but a 50 to 60% chance of rain beginning tomorrow. Scott?
All right, Wendy, thank you. Southwest Airlines and Allegiant Air are offering free flights to families of people killed or injured in the Las Vegas shooting. Both airlines are also working with local hotels to provide lodging assistance for families arriving from out of town. Allegiant Air is headquartered in Las Vegas, and Southwest operates more than 200 departing flights from the city, making it the third busiest operation in the airline's network. Fiat Chrysler is recalling more than 700,000 Jeep and Dodge SUVs in North America due to a potential problem with the brakes. The recall covers 2011 to 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokees and Dodge Durangos. The automaker says brake booster shields were added as part of a 2014 recall, but some were not installed correctly. The recall is expected to begin November 7th. People are paying more to access their own money. The average cost for using an out-of-network ATM hit a record $4.69 per transaction. Those fees are likely to continue rising. People are using less cash, making fewer withdrawals from ATMs, and as people use those machines less, banks have to charge more. But those fees are avoidable if customers do not visit out-of-network machines. Yahoo's hacking scandal may be larger than they originally thought. The company releasing information yesterday saying all 3 billion of its accounts were hacked in a 2013 data theft. This triples its earlier estimate of the size of the largest breach in its history, which already has the company in a nationwide lawsuit. Yahoo reported last December that data from more than 1 billion users was compromised in 2013, but yesterday revealing all user accounts had been affected. However, the company said the investigation indicated the stolen information did not include some passwords, payment card data or bank account information. Still to come in your Suncoast News, celebrities are joining the rest of the country in mourning and canceling performances in respect for the mass shooting in Las Vegas.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelly Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $199 a month, or get 2.9% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
This is the best part. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy when it comes to broccoli, but broccoli is
Brussels
also seeing
sprouts. Same thing. People
yes.
are right. I don't know. Maybe someday I'm going to get Scott Dennis to actually try it. I'm working on it. He's saying no. How many years? I mean, I've been here like 15 years, not yet. But this beautiful Brussels sprout Caesar salad, little fennel in it. Try some sliced Honeycrisp apple. Really fall forward that you're going to find in the markets. And this week's pick, as promised, I'll go straight through the holidays, is the new pumpkin cake at the Fresh Market. So you make this weekend while it's rainy outside. Start to feel the love. Test your recipes a month before the holidays. I love that. And that's the way to do it. You feeling the love, Wen?
I'm feeling the love.
You'll feel the love if you go on mysuncoast.com, click on recipes. You can download this recipe. I'll be submitting the green bean and goat cheese and pancetta recipe as well, so you get some extra things to play around with. and tell you every time where my flavor of the week is as we approach, believe it or not, Thanksgiving and continue
It's hard to
on.
believe,
I
isn't
know.
it? It's hard to believe. But if you start with meals like this, you can pace yourself, and then you can have this as a decadent thing later on. Isn't
That's
that
right.
kind of
So
fun?
Scott, we'll take care of the salad.
Yeah.
We'll save
Don't
you the
worry.
cake
Don't
and
worry.
send it back to you now.
Thank you both. Well, the performer on stage when the shooting started in Las Vegas is now canceling his upcoming shows. Jason Aldean was due to perform this weekend in Southern California, his first show since Sunday night's deadly shooting. But in a statement, he says out of respect for the victims, the right thing to do is to take some time to mourn with loved ones. He says he'll resume the tour next week in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he expects that to be a tough and emotional show. And Jennifer Lopez is canceling her resident performances this week out of respect to the victims of the Las Vegas shooting. She announced the postponement of her Jennifer Lopez All I Have appearances. Performances set for today, Friday and Saturday will be rescheduled, and tickets will be refunded or replaced. Lopez says she's heartbroken over the senseless tragedy and is keeping the victims and their families in her thoughts and prayers. As we all
Absolutely.
are.
Hard week.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being with us. Our next news coming at 5 o'clock. We hope to see you then.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.